Okay. So it's been a bit of a rough. I don't know, if rough is the right word. I feel less like on top of my game the past few days. I feel a little more in my head, a little more demoralized, a little more frustrated. I guess. Kind of tackling more tough, more negative emotions lately, which is, it is what it is. It's life. But part of the reasons I love making these videos, or I feel like with the fitness videos, the workout videos, in terms of like people actually watching, it's like the least watched content. But it's also some of the content that I enjoy making a lot. I guess I enjoy making all my content, and that's kind of been the aim, the goal I've been having, to just make it very sustainable, make it very low bar, just a very low baseline, and feel comfortable being able to make videos about whatever I want to, and not being afraid of that. And even though not many people watch these, well, really, no one is yet to, I think, watch one of these in full. But they feel good to make for me, and I feel like it's important too. Like I I guess I started working out again because I had troublesome life circumstances, and I just felt like I needed an outlet again, something something positive, something to turn the oxygen into to turn the carbon dioxide into oxygen, if you will, Um, and yeah, I just had a lot. I was grieving, the loss of my pet and like of a close friend, and just in general, was feeling more. I don't know, just life was rough. It just happens, and so yeah, that's why I got back in working out. And right now, like, it's one of those times where I'm feeling a little more like defensive. I'm noticing I'm feeling kind of resentful, kind of not resentful, but a little more like bitter, more frustrated, more annoyed. Um, and our physiological state affects our mind, and sometimes the best thing we can do when we're, having thoughts that we're really struggling with, rather than challenging them and tackling them and feeding into it, sometimes the best, or I think always, basically, the best thing we can do is just observe them, and they'll automatically lose power over time. But more than that, sometimes you know, we don't need to tackle them. Like, what we can do is change our own. It's like, rather than brute forcing it, we want to. I'm getting distracted by the dude behind me. Rather than brute forcing it, we can play it smarter. And one of those ways is to blah 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 blah. One of those ways is to get some exercise in and change our physiological state. Because when we're feeling angry, our thoughts and our feelings are a lot worse too. So, anyways, I'm feeling a little frustrated. Um, like maybe there's a better place to do this. I'm gonna migrate over here. I feel like a lot of people are coming in and out of the path behind me, and if I'm being honest, it's kind of getting on my nerves. But I also know that it's like, we feel how we feel. That's how I feel, but I'm not gonna respond to those feelings in a way that affect others that have nothing to do with it. Really, it's definitely more on my end. So with that, I think I'll run it from right here. That should work. And I think I'm gonna get started and stop being in my head and get going. So I'm do my staircase cardio workout. I think this is number 5. I've thought about how you know, if I ever do one of these, like I like filming it to like document it, and like it keeps me accountable. But sometimes like I really like listening to music, so sometimes I think like it's just a matter of time before I really want to work out without filming it, which is fine. You know, I want to stick to what I want to do. And I guess like with numbering it, I don't know if I want to do like if I should skip the number, or if I want to skip the number, if I want to just keep track of how many I film. Because you know, like I know if I did it, I know I did it, and I don't need other people to know that I did it too. But you know, maybe that's a good lesson. I can skip it and not. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna get started. It's definitely it's nice to have a huge staircase like this to go at it on, because it's just staircases. I really love them because it just really gives you that chance to just go explosive, go 2 steps at a time and shit, and just go all out, get all that, flush all that negative energy out. So I'm sure I'm gonna feel a lot better by the end of this. Tends to be the case. But I think that's why working out is so hard. Like, all the benefits come like after you've done it, and before you do it, or while you're doing it, sometimes it just really sucks ass, and you don't want to do it. You don't want to keep going. But you know, at some point you'll realize, like, all you need to keep that momentum going is, you know, to really know that you'll thank yourself for it. To be long-term, I guess, what do they call that? Far-minded? But anyways, my fucking brain is pretty active right now, pretty chaotic, feeling pretty critical, pretty, I guess, like self-judgment. It's a weird thing. It's kind of like, I guess it's not so weird. You know, I feel like the voices we have in our head is like what we've kind of internalized from people around us, whether that's parents, society, friends, enemies, shit like that. And you know, it's exactly the type of shit like toxic comments would be like, because I had a lot of toxic friends a few years back. And so, I'm kind of internally, I'm feeling the nagging, the criticism, the doubt. But as long as I observe it, I'm aware of it. That's all I need to do. Still feeling pretty negative, pretty annoyed, feeling kind of pissed off, honestly. When I look up and I see people like looking at me, it kind of feels more like glares, whereas in normal circumstances, when I'm feeling good, I wouldn't really think too much of it. I would feel pretty assured and without doubt that, like, they're, so most of them probably aren't glaring. They're probably just curious. That's the case. I believe that. But I think when we're in a negative headspace, and I'm probably feeling vulnerable or something, because I feel like it's like to protect myself, right? It's kind of like I have the urge to like yell at people, like, oh, get the fuck away. Not actually, but it's like, like sometimes if you see people that are like breaking down in like viral videos, like, they'll be like, get away from me, like, stop, get away from me, like, he's hurting me, he's blah, blah, blah. Like, it's kind of like a meltdown. And, in those states, we're trying to, we're losing it. We're trying to protect ourselves. We're trying to keep people away from us and stay safe, survive. And so, obviously, I'm not like having a meltdown or breaking down right now. But I kind of feel that energy in my headspace. I feel, I don't know, just kind of angsty and like a little annoyed, pissed off, seeing people like look at me and shit. But it's okay. I won't act on it. My feelings are valid, but it's up to me how I respond to them. And yeah. All right, another shot. noticing I'm definitely a little more self-conscious, having some negative self-critical thoughts, such as that my man titties are showing, I'm fat, whatever, you know, shit like that. And you know, it had me thinking, cause like, you know, I'm doing fucking incredible. The thing is, like, I hadn't worked out in years, consistently in years. It has been years since I worked out consistently, and you know, like, I went from basically working out 0 times a week to like 5 or 6, you know. That's fucking crazy, that's insane. But I feel like in the past, my expectations were so high of myself. I was so outcome oriented. I based my worth out of what I achieved, what my outcomes were, that I mean, even right now, like, my brain's fucking nagging me, you know? Even though, like, in all realms, like, this is fucking amazing. This is great shit. Like, you know, I'm proud. I don't feel super proud, but, like, I believe, like, you know, it's a situation where I should feel proud. And, you know, it gives pause, you know? It makes me think, like, what is Train saying that I can go from 0 workouts a week to 5 or 6, and my brain's still shitting on me, you know? And, you know, part of it is, you know, circumstances. My day has been generally a little worse, on the worse end of a bad day, I guess you could say, which is inevitable. It's bound to come. At the same time, you know, I was thinking about what is it that I'm exactly doing. There was like a lady or something that commented on one of my videos, and she was like, it was my reflecting on the journey so far video, and she was like asking something about I don't even remember, like telling her about the reflection, like what my experiences have been so she can learn. I didn't quite understand what she meant, but I kind of just explained what my journey is exactly. And I was thinking about it, and I feel like, in simple terms, I mean, I'm kind of like, I guess what I'm doing is pushing my comfort zone, observing my mind as I push my comfort zone, and the thoughts that come up, and the automatic behaviors and shit that pop up, the habits. And then basically like processing those emotions, and then the thoughts or the emotions, and then kind of like continuing that process. It's like a 3-stage process, kind of. I push my comfort zone, I observe my mind, I process the thoughts and the feelings that pop up as I'm pushing my comfort zone. Because that's kind of like the trigger, you know? It triggers like suppressed things that are a little more subconscious or unconscious. And so, yeah, I think, simply put, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing. Just building that awareness. And then I guess like the 4th step is deciding how I want to respond to that new knowledge, that new awareness. And, you know, I think it has been a while since I've done something like this. And I think it also does make sense that these sort of self-critical thoughts and judgments are popping up, because that's kind of what drove me before, you know? I would do really crazy shit, but I felt like I was kind of chasing the outcomes, and I was kind of deriving my value based on those outcomes. And sometimes it's nice to just pick up a stick and play with it, break it, you know? Be a kid again. Destroy the person you've become and allow for new growth, to become someone new again, someone you choose to be, not who has been chosen to be by the people around you, but by ourselves. That's the message right there. And with that, I'm gonna do another step. There's a term known as cognitive dissonance, which is essentially when you behave in a way that doesn't align with what you believe and with your values. For example, if you believe, let's say to my fellow Americans, let's say you believe every vote matters, every vote counts, like in the election, but you don't vote yourself. That would probably cause some cognitive dissonance because there's something you believe that you value, but you're not doing it yourself. So there's a certain level of discomfort you feel. And, I feel like now that I thought about it some more, I mean, by all means, what I've been doing is remarkable and I've made really amazing progress. And I've just blown it out of the water, really. This is like, I don't know, this is my 5th recorded workout in like a week. I mean, that's amazing. I went from 0 to 5 in 1 week, and literally what I'm feeling is because like today I wasn't on par with the other days. My mind's telling me I'm like slacking, I'm not like good enough. I'm not doing enough. And like, what a crazy thing that is, And these things happen to us all the time. But since we're always so caught up with just our lives, sometimes it's just a rarity to actually really understand and tackle what it is that the mechanisms of what's going on in our mind, We're not always aware of our drives. And, I guess that's an important distinction, or like an important awareness I had, and what has made me decide to, just be okay with what I've done, which is still amazing. I did like 15 reps of that huge staircase. Bit of a shorter workout than usual, but very, very explosive. And that's the thing, the very fact that I worked out at all, that I even attempted something today, going from 0 to 5 workouts, that's just amazing. But I don't feel amazing, And that's what I want to explore, There's a reason for that. There's a reason that we don't always feel the way that we believe. And it can be extremely valuable to dive into that and to build that awareness. And so I'm going to align with my beliefs, which is, my belief is that I really just need to improve slowly in the grand scheme of things, and that's going to be amazing. That's going to lead to amazing results. I don't need to make huge changes. And that's the trap I fell for in the past, and then those huge changes became like the baseline of what I expected of myself. And so it's just really unsustainable. And I'm glad I caught myself, and I hope to continue to catch myself in those kind of moments. And that's just the beauty of building awareness and realizing, realizing what's going on in our brain, in our mind. And that's when we can take back control and we can be intentional about our thoughts, our thoughts are a bit out of our control, but we can be intentional about our actions, our response to our thoughts, our feelings, our response to our feelings. And that's going to go a very long way. And I'm feeling very confident about that. And although today's been a bit of a bad day, and I don't feel as confident, I might feel a little more demoralized, might feel a little more sensitive to negative stimuli. It's okay. It's okay to feel however we feel. I choose how to respond, and I'm going to respond by just accepting the feelings, accepting myself where I'm at, acknowledging how much I've done and how far I've come, just overnight, really, like in a week, I think a trap that a lot of people fall for. Oh, another streamer. I think a trap that a lot of people fall for is like on Wow, there's another lady streaming on her phone as I walked by there. A trap that a lot of people fall for in the fitness world, I feel like, is like just constantly raising the bar and raising the standards and never feeling proud. Or I guess feeling proud, but never, I don't know. There's a saying like, always proud, never satisfied. But satisfaction, I don't know. Maybe I'm tangenting a little too hard, but it's okay. I guess essentially what I'm getting at is like, I think I want to be always proud, always satisfied, and still want to do more. Not because I need to do more, not because I'm not satisfied, not because I feel that I'm not doing enough, but because I feel like I'm doing enough. I know that I'm enough, but I still want to do more. Because I want to be more, not because I need to be more, because I want to keep growing. And maybe that's what people mean when they say never, always proud, never satisfied. But I just feel like that's kind of a little distinction that came up in my mind. But anyways, I'm gonna treat myself to a nice order of sushi, because it's only in China that I can afford to eat sushi. If I was in the US, I'd spend 3 times the amount. So I'm gonna order some sushi. And I wanted to tangent so hard again, but I'll save it for another time. I'm gonna go eat sushi. I'm proud of myself. I hope you can be proud of what you've accomplished today too. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. And if anyone watched at all, and if you watched to the very end, I've yet to have someone comment after watching to the very end, whether that's because no one's ever watched to the end or just no one wants to comment. If you watch to the end, you watch the whole video, I want you to say proud. Say proud in the comment section. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.